I hope everyone's doing good. I got a quick little unboxing video for you tonight. So let's see what we got. To my Midnight Pumpkin. But not just any Midnight Pumpkin. This is an original, not a re-release. It's an original from probably the early 90s. Midnight Pumpkin originally came out in late 87, December. I believe December 9th to be exact. 1987. So it was right at the end of 87. But there's no telling. It was made up until I think 2004. So that had quite a run. So 87, 04. And then in 06 it was re-released as a Midnight Pumpkin, the Metallic Special. But anyway, so this is the original, still sealed in the plastic. So the Midnight Pumpkin was my first RC ever. It was my first one I got when I was a kid, when I was itty bitty. And when I originally got this truck, I couldn't wait. I got home, I opened it up, opened the box, and freaked out. I thought it was broken. I didn't know you had to build these things. So we brought it to a hobby store, they built it for me. Because at the time I was only like 8 years old. And then later on I would get a Traxxas Sledgehammer, and that was my first kit that I ever assembled. So anyway, Midnight Pumpkin. This was my first kit, first truck ever. So I'm going to unbox this thing for you tonight. This is the first time this thing's been opened in probably well over 20 years. And a lot of people would say, like, it's collectible, you should leave it sealed in the package. But I guess that's true if you're in this hobby for a business. But if you're in this hobby to have fun because it's a hobby, it's not about money. And also, being that this thing's been re-released, the original kits are so close to the re-release as far as appearance, it really doesn't have a lot of value. So let's pop it open, see what we got. Alright, got the plastic off. Box is a little bit not damaged, but kind of pushed in, so hopefully it's okay. So let's take it apart, see what we got. Alright, look at that. And I would imagine that the re-release kits kind of look just like this, except for I think the new one, the body comes black already. And as you can see right here, you got the mechanical speed controller and motor, whereas the new ones come with an electronic speed control. So that's another reason why I don't have a problem opening this kit and building it, because the new ones are pretty much the same thing. But the only difference really is this one says Ford. Let's take a look at this box. So right here, 53 Ford F100. Where I believe the new re-release kits just say like 50 style pickup truck. And right up here, you can see it says BF Goodrich. New ones just says like tomai.com. So it's slightly different, and it's enough to make me want the original over the re-release, because I kind of had mixed feelings about the re-release kits. In one way it's cool because you can still get the old ones, and you can still kind of go back and relive the feeling you had when you were a kid and you got this thing for the first time. So it's pretty cool. But I also feel like it's changed enough to where it kind of like takes away from the coolness of it. So that's why I waited and I was patient for an original pop-up. Just because that's what I had when I was a kid. It was my first truck. So it was guaranteed a must that I would get another one of these things someday. So that day finally came. So let's take another look. This is pretty neat. It's the same motor as today, but that's the mechanical speed control. All the plastics are pretty much the same as the re-release and also the lunchbox. Body's a little different. I believe on the new ones they say ABS down here, but they look identical. Here's the chassis. This is a 12 scale, so it's a little bit smaller than like the Blackfoot. Here's the decal sheet. You can see the Ford emblems. Hurst, K&N, Excel. Those aren't on the re-release. And that's nice that these decals are still in great shape. Because I have a few Cloudbuster kits that were new in the box I opened up. And just from being old, decals were no good. There's the windshield. Just some more plastic. Chrome parts. Some literature. Yellow wheels. Tires. These things are pretty cool. And here's the owner's manual. And you can see the Ford F100. So it's pretty neat. This thing's a blast from the past. Brings back memories. Even like the smell of the tires when you open the box is different from the new ones. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They say that scent is the strongest sense tied to memory, and I believe that. So definitely, without a doubt, this thing's bringing back some memories. Another kind of neat thing about the Midnight Pumpkin is the price. So nowadays you could buy a Midnight Pumpkin from anywhere. I've seen them as low as $99 and as high as like $149. You can find some pretty good deals. You'll pay probably a little bit more for like the Chrome Edition, but as far as the regular Black Edition Midnight Pumpkin, it ranges anywhere from $100 to $150. So let's take a look at an older car action from back in the day when this thing was new. Alright, so this is RC car action from October of 1990. So at this time, the Midnight Pumpkin was just a little bit over 2 years old. And if you take a look, right there you'll see RoboCop. RoboCop had a sledgehammer. So you know if RoboCop has that thing, it's an awesome truck. And also, I have a sledgehammer, so I don't know, what do you think that means? So let's take a look and look through this thing, see if I can find how much a Midnight Pumpkin will go for. Some old motors right there. Pit tips. It's pretty neat. There's some of the reader's rides. Take a look at that. You can get a subscription to Car Action 1 year for $14.95. I wonder if I sent this in, I can get a year subscription to Car Action for $14.95. Alright, there's RoboCop with a sledgehammer. That's awesome right there. And take a look at that guy means business right there. Look at him holding that sledgehammer like a champ. So the Novak speed controllers. That's what these things used to look like. This was high tech back in 1990. So nowadays, I mean, this thing looks ancient. That's awesome. Look at this. It's Sanyo batteries. I remember these. It's wicked 90s right there. There's the ad for the USA One. I have a couple of USA Ones. One brand new in the box right there. I'll probably build that thing too. Alright, here we go. Omni models. They were a pretty good place to buy from back in the day. So there's a Monster Beetle right there. $131.99. Lunchbox. $89.99. Blackfoot $94.99. Cloudbuster. I don't see the Midnight Pumpkin there. Let's take a look over here. Alright, so right there is a Midnight Pumpkin for $105. And it's actually more than the Lunchbox. So I wonder why that is. I wonder if that's because the licensing agreement with Ford made the pumpkin cost more, or if it's just because it sold more and it was in more demand. I don't know. Alright, so the Midnight Pumpkin right there, you can see is $106. Lunchbox $89. So really, it's kind of funny. Since 1990, So basically it's like 28 years. This thing hasn't really gone up much in price. So I wonder why that is. And the Midnight Pumpkin, along with the Cloudbuster, is just like a timeless truck. I think they'll be around forever. It's a Nissan King Cab. That was a cool truck. Someday I want to get one of those. I have a Tamiya Hilux Monster Racer, which is the same chassis, but it'd be pretty cool to have one of these. At last, a true racing truck. I kind of agree with that. So as far as transmitters go, I could buy a newer one, but I think I'm going to go with something like this. This is a Futaba Magnum Sport, and I have a bunch of these with the matching receivers. And these things used, these were AM, they used crystals, which were changeable back here. You would pull that out, and inside there was what was called the crystal. And you have a matching one on the receiver, and a matching one on the transmitter. So, I don't know, I think since this is an old truck, I should put an old transmitter in it. So that's why I'm going to go with the Magnum Sport radio. So anyway, let me know what you think you would have done. Would you put this thing together, or would you just let it be a shelf queen? So good night, take care, like and subscribe.